As you can see, I'm shooting this video from a completely different location in my apartment, and this is because I'm just tired of shooting the same background all the time. Let me know how this works, if it has potential. It's not anywhere near perfect, I know, but just let me know if it has potential. So this video, as you can see from the thumbnail, is all about the Hyatt, the World of Hyatt credit card, and the Chase Sapphire Preferred. These are the credit cards I used on my Costa Rica trip, and in this video I want to analyze why.
Hi guys and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, we're talking about points, bonuses, and travel. Why do I need to say that? I would like to say something smarter. Like what's smart about credit cards?
I don't know.
We're talking about points, credit cards, bonuses, and travel. If this is something that interests you, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can.
Bravo. On the previous video, we talked about the platinum and what a letdown that was. And I don't want to focus only on the negatives, but it's time to focus on the positives. First of all, the way I'm using my Chase points is through Hyatt, because Hyatt, in previous videos, I said that it dropped down the valuation at 1.8 cents per point. I was able to make over 2.5 cents per point in Costa Rica, so I guess it depends where you go. So in my case, I'm not gonna give it exactly 2.5, but I'm gonna give it 2x on this video. And to keep it fair, I'm gonna make many different scenarios. The reason why I'm using Hyatt is not only because of the evaluation. Hyatt, in my experience, has some of the most incredible hotels. They are solid. The Hyatt place, which is the category 1, the lowest, is, I want to say, at least 1.5 to 2 times better than anything else coming from Hilton and Marriott, at least in my opinion. And that's regardless of where you go. If it's in the US or abroad, it's very solid. Now, I use these points for Andas. Andas is a 5-star resort, basically. It's located in Papagayo Peninsula in Costa Rica. It's in a gated location, and that gated location is for the Andas and the Four Seasons, and that must be telling a lot already. Andas is a 5-star resort. There's no food included. The prices at the time I was looking were anywhere between $550 to almost $1,200, and many of you were questioning why. Well, it depended on the device, the time of the day, and the location I was looking. I was looking from here in the US. My wife was looking from Costa Rica, and from Costa Rica it was almost $1,200, while from here in the US, $550, and that's before taxes. And I was able to book a night for only 20,000 points, which is like $200. And that's incredible. That gives me the valuation of over 2.5 cents per point. The resort has basically everything. It has amazing swimming pools. There's live music every now and then. There's amazing restaurants with incredible views of that Gulf of the peninsula. Restaurants are top notch. Incredible food. They're not that pricey. I mean, they're pricey depending on what you're used to, but where I live in the DC metro area, I mean, you can go to a very mediocre restaurant for 2 people and you're gonna pay $100. And as you will see, for 2.5 nights, so for 2 nights, 2.5, almost 3 days, we paid for 3 people, me, my wife, and the daughter. We paid about $650, which if you divide it is just over $200 per day. And that includes cocktails that we bought. So I thought it was a great deal. This was the second time in that specific resort, and it won't be the last, I can promise you this. But without any further ado, let's jump to today's presentation and come back to wrap it up. So the current offer for the World of Hyatt is 30,000 points after spending 3,000 in 3 months. Now this, if you go on the website, it's gonna say up to 60,000, but other than the 30,000, all it does is give you 2x on everything until you hit another 30,000 points, which to me is the worst use case scenario. You can do all that spending to Freedom credit cards, and you're gonna get a whole lot more. So don't do that. That's why I have it as 30,000 points. On the credits, we have one anniversary night up to category 4, and that is about $200. On the memberships, we have Discoverist, which is low. The multipliers, 9x on Hyatt, 2x on travel, gyms, 1x on everything else. The return on spend is 24.07. The Sapphire Preferred right now has 60,000 points after spending 4,000 in 3 months, a $50 credit for hotels through the Chase portal. The multipliers, 5x on travel through the Chase portal, 2x on all other travel, 3x on restaurants, groceries, select streaming, 1x on everything else, 25% boost on points through the Chase portal, and 10% back every year on the points. The return on spend is 22%. Looking at the second year, we apply our managing a budget of $12,000 equally spread between travel, restaurants, gas, and groceries. And we see that the World of Hyatt will give you 5.58 based on 2x evaluation. And the Sapphire Preferred will give you 4% based on 1.25 evaluation, which is what you get through the Chase portal. But as we know, this is not the best use case scenario, which is why we're gonna apply the same budget, but now we're gonna spend it all on Hyatt. And now we see that they're equal. Basically, both of them are gonna give you 5.58%, which is incredible already. You're getting almost 6% return on spend on these credit cards. But I wanted to show you what I got on this specific trip. Now, asterisk here, the $200 credit on the Hyatt I didn't use on this trip. I'm gonna use it later this year, but it's there and I know I'm gonna get it. It's a guarantee basically. That's why I'm including this. What I did use is the $50 credit on the Sapphire Preferred. I talked about this. Many of you came back and said, yes, but everything through the Chase portal is a little more expensive. So that $50 is not that great. And I had the same experience through the Chase portal. It was about $15 more than paying through the hotel directly, but I did get $35. So I still have to count that $50 because that was my experience. Maybe some of you have a different experience. You use the whole credit. So I can't just take that out. Now, in my experience, it was $35, to be honest. I spent about $647, 2.5 days on the Andas. And on the Preferred, I spent almost $1,300. And that was for the duration of the trip, all the eating we did and everything else. And other hotels that we stayed. So it wasn't expensive at all. If you think that this is almost $2,000, and out of pocket I paid $44 for the tickets for all of us, 9 days in Costa Rica for $2,000 any day of the week for 3 people, 2.5. My daughter is very small. But the return on spend on the Hyatt based on this spending and adding the $200 credit that I'm going to get later this year is going to be 21%. If I was stopped using this credit card and I didn't do any other thing with Hyatt, but just go once for one night and spend that $200 credit, 21%, it's incredible. It's insane. Going to the Sapphire Preferred, it's only 2.4, but this 2.4 is based on the $50 credit, the $78 value that I'm getting through the points I got from all this spending, which wasn't that much because it was international and not through the Chase portal for the most part. So it wasn't optimized spending, but still a very solid 2.4 based on this spending alone on the 9 days. And last, we're gonna look at the averages of the dual through the different scenarios. And we see that for the average return on spend on the first year is 23%. The return on spend on the second year on the generic spending is 4.8. Obviously, it was 5.6 almost just spending on Hyatt. But for this trip, the average of these two credit cards is 8.88%, which is almost 9%, which is why I was so excited using these credit cards and why I'm always excited going to Hyatt. Needless to say that I'm very happy with my Chase setup. I have the Freedom credit cards. I'm not doing all the spending just on the Preferred. I collected all the points that I spent on the Andas through my Freedom credit cards, the Freedom Unlimited and the Freedom Flex. These are my daily drivers basically. And to be honest, after my experience with American Express and the Platinum, I'm planning to spend a whole lot more on my Chase credit cards because also my wife is in love with Hyatt, and that makes two of us now, and I need Hyatt points for that. On top of that, I'm utilizing the Built credit card to pay the rent on this place, and I have to say, by the time I came back from Costa Rica, I almost have enough points through all my credit cards to make one more night at the Andes already, and I'm back for like a week. So this is incredible to think. But that's all for today, guys. Let me know what you think about these credit cards. If you have them, how do you like them? How do you like Hyatt? How do you like Chase? Do you have the Chase trifecta? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, ciao.